Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
What up, folks? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How is it Friday already? I can't.
Like we blinked and it's already here, huh?
Blinked and it's here.
And guess what else is here?
What?
Our anniversary.
Oh, it's past.
It's past, but it came
past.
quick.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday
Was our 9-year wedding anniversary. The anniversary of our elopement, basically. We had it was really nice, actually, in Vegas.
Yes,
and
it was.
if you want to head over to YouTube, I'll put up a photo of our wedding. And then we went out to the club that night after. We had a crazy night.
We had all our friends.
And
popped the bottles.
And then the next day, we did a cabana at Wet Republic pool party.
Yes.
And it was I wore like a white lace bikini with a garter. Like, it was our official reception. It was so much fun. You know what's funny is I went looking for pictures of that, and we were just talking about Mind Pump Adam from Mind Pump podcast last week
Adam.
And how we were good friends. I didn't realize he was there that weekend. Because there was a fit expo, so he came to our he came to our wedding reception at Wet Republic, and I have a picture with him. So I'll put that up.
Damn,
he was ripped at the time because he was competing. Yeah, I think he got his pro card that weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're right. I think so. There was a lot of people from the expo there.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, I think he got his pro card that weekend, and so we had our little reception at Wet Republic, and it was that whole weekend was so much fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
The most fun.
I wish we could relive it one more time.
I know. It was a perfect weekend. We went to night swim.
Yes.
Which was a nighttime pool party at Excess. Yeah. We closed it out with night swim, and that was a blast. The whole weekend was just perfection.
Yeah, we had a lot of friends in town. So basically, we got married, and after that, traditionally, people go on their honeymoon. They take off, go somewhere. No, we're going to stay in Vegas and party it up and have a blast. Do it different. Do it our way.
And I still have just the best memories from it.
Yeah.
The songs that we played, at our ceremony and stuff, those are some of my favorite songs. Nicky Romero, love all of that
and
stuff.
The venue wasn't no janky venue.
No, it was nice. And I'll put up a couple pictures from, the photographer was amazing. We have some amazing photos and amazing video. It does not look like it was some last minute thing. And I was wearing my dress. I got so many compliments on that dress, and it was literally $35 from Hot Miami Styles. The bikini I also got that it matched the dress perfectly, but I got that from Hot Miami Styles. It was $25. I didn't even get my hair or makeup done. I did my own hair, my own makeup. Yeah. Karma, my Yorkie, was a flower girl.
Yes,
remember? She's in a lot of our pictures.
We're so not traditional, and at first I felt bad. You want traditional wear? Hell no. It's cool. Me neither.
No, and it was. I love it. I love thinking about it and looking at all the pictures and stuff over the past couple of days. It just brought back all the good memories, and I love it. I think we did it the way we needed to do it for us.
For us.
Yeah.
Not a show for the world.
Yeah.
Sorry, for us. Not spending no $50, $100 and then be in debt just to put a show on for the world.
For one day No, it was perfect for us, and I'm glad that we did it like that, because it's
we're
good
Aquarian
memories.
rebels. We do what we do for us.
Anyway, so Mike's officially a YouTuber. I know we talked about it last time, but his channel is, he's doing pretty good. I have to say, you're better at content than me.
I'm a talker. I could talk
forever.
This
guy just I'm getting my content.
Yeah, I could talk.
I have a harder time nailing down some content, and you're just racking it up.
Because you know what I'm trying to do? The reason I'm doing that is repetition.
Yeah.
Because if you do content here and there, so I want to get used to repetition.
No, yeah, you're a natural, honestly. I know some people they can't do the social media thing. It's just they're oh my God, I can't do this. And you are off and running.
What it is scary. You can't give an F about what people are going to think.
Right.
I'm sure people say, what's this goofy old man think he is? This tatted up dude. Does they think he's a badass? People got different opinions. I could care less.
And that's the key right there. You got to care less. I could care less too.
I know I'm a warrior, so I ain't worried about it. I could care less about people's opinions.
But his channel is linked in the show notes. I'll link it up here on the video. If you want to give his channel a subscribe, that'd be nice. Please. He's going to do vlogs, workout, all kinds of stuff over there. So
show your hubbies.
Subscribe on over there at Esco Elite Fitness. And then he's also Esco Elite Fitness on Instagram, and quite active with showing his food, his macros, all of that stuff. Getting ready to open up some slots for one-on-one coaching. One-on-one coaching, I'm going to have some spots too. Very limited, but one-on-one coaching, it's different than like my body boot camp, which it's standalone. You get your meal plan, you get your macros, you're on your own. It's very affordable. One-on-one coaching is a little different. It's a little more of you need that accountability of a coach on your shit.
You'd be surprised how much you need accountability.
You share your food diary. Like I have access to your food diary, so I see what you're logging. You do a weekly check-in where you submit all of your data. We make adjustments based on that.
And you just discovered something new on this new app we're using.
And yeah, so we're going to submit your data and we'll analyze it and get back to you. Mike's going to be taking clients as well, doing the same thing for his clients.
Yep.
So we are going to have a few spots opening up soon. And
if you're listening, fellas, be ready to work. I don't want to hear excuses.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing. I got high blood pressure. I'm 48. I'm married. No excuses. I don't want to hear.
That's why you're hiring us, though. You're hiring us because you want the whip crackers.
Yes, you want to change.
If you want to just go about your merry way and play with meal plans and try to lose weight and do the workouts, and only if you need something, you get a little help. That's my body boot camp. Or you can get a macro assessment done by Mike. That's like the macro assessment. He'll give it to you. Here's what you got to do. You got to do it. You're on your own.
Yep.
But if you want the accountability, which that's really what people need is that accountability, then you might want the one-on-one.
Yep.
So pay attention to that, to our Instagrams, because the space is going to be very limited. And then each month, sometimes there won't be any spots at all. Sometimes as people drop off, there might be a spot or two open up. So pay attention. And what else do we got to talk about? Oh, let's talk about some comment corner stuff. So got some comments. So let's shout out we got a review on Apple Podcasts, Melly5374. She said, love this podcast. I found you on YouTube and just added your podcast. You're both so knowledgeable and relatable. I love the juxtaposition between your husband's scrappy street style. And then she writes, he seems like he's seen a couple things. And you're a bit more refined style. Not that the scrappiness isn't there, but let's just say a bit hidden. You came up on my feed on YouTube for the berberine, got hooked on your knowledge and your ability to simplify it. Much love. Keep up the good work. I wanted to pull this specifically because I thought, man, how does this person nail us so perfectly? Like, you nailed it. Because I do have a little scrappy, but I'm just more of buttoned up a little bit. It takes me a lot more to get there. Mike's definitely street smarts over here. Scrappy to say the least, but I loved that.
I grew up in the hood when I was a kid. And I've seen some things and been through some things.
Yeah, for sure. But I loved that this person who's new to our content, it's not like because we've been around for a while, so you guys, our listeners, they know us. They know a lot of the history and the stories we've shared, but someone who's new coming to the platform and nailing it like that, I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Pretty impressive. But welcome. Welcome to
character.
Welcome to the crew, the shit-talking crew over here.
Yes.
I appreciate the review so much. So thank you so much. The next one is from Vaiva. So Vaiva. She commented on episode 432 and said, I can't believe I only just discovered this amazing channel. Your content is incredibly informative and the chemistry between you two is unbeatable. I find myself binge watching your podcast and I'm constantly motivated and inspired by your positivity, discipline-oriented mindset. I genuinely hope this channel gets all the success it deserves because you are truly making a positive impact. Keep shining and helping us achieve our best selves. Thank you so much. That is so awesome.
That's all we're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's just trying to open your guys' mind. Don't be like this. Everybody, like you said, they just give up and tap out. They always say, I can't. You could.
Yeah, exactly.
Mindset,
What was that again? It really is a mindset. I had a coach's chat with my clients yesterday, and we were talking more about quantum manifestation and quantum jumping. And it's just trying to drill in the fact that everything that you're experiencing in your life right now, you brought on in some way.
Yes.
In some way.
That's what
based on your thoughts and your mindset.
When you're like feeling good, charged up, working out, everything's clicking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything.
Especially this. If this is happy up here, the rest is gonna fall into place.
For sure. And it takes work and it takes constantly like having to shift your mindset back. Oh, it's going negative. Got to hop back up to the positive side.
Yeah, we're not always 100% positive.
No.
No. People always, on social media, that's what they see. Mostly positive. Like, hey, you got to post your bad days too. When you're not doing good, to talk about it.
It's not always rainbows and butterflies. That's what I just recently said on my vlog.
What do you always say? You must build discipline for the days you aren't motivated to work out.
Yeah.
That's what gets you to do the workout. And that's helping me a lot. I love that.
The days that you work out when you didn't want to, that day is the day you make progress.
You made a huge win.
You created a win. You are paving the way.
Yes. Yes. And the more you do those, the more you'll be unbreakable. All
right. Next comment comes to us from CC's 8046. She says, "Hi, just wanted to let you know I listen to every episode. Some on the podcast and some on YouTube. I'm 27 with 2 toddlers and I love your content. Thank you so much." Yay. See?
We got some young listeners.
Yes, I love it. Because I feel like I can help the young.
Why not? Once you needed help, remember?
Yeah, I was there. I was a new mom with...
Yes, just like that.
The insecurities of being a new mom and the...
How did you feel back then? Talk
about it a little bit. The body issues and the trying to juggle everything and be a good mom. And does that mean I have to only be a mom now? I went through that mindset of... I tried to convince myself that it was okay, that I was not... Deep down, I wasn't happy with the way I looked and the way I felt.
Yes.
Because now I'm a mom. So I need to just be in that lane and focus only on being a mom. And that was a mistake.
You were lying to yourself.
I was lying to myself.
Yep.
I would tell myself that for some time to try to convince myself that this is just my life now. And it was a mistake, and it wasn't going to make me be the best mom.
So what flipped the switch for you way back then?
You know what? It was just...
Because you had to flip a switch.
I did flip a switch. And let me tell you, that switch was... Once it flipped, I was a machine. There was nothing or nobody that could get me off my game. I was so disciplined. As soon as I realized it was working, I was like, oh, I'm doing it. And I wish I knew exactly. I just always felt a sadness I just didn't feel good about myself. And I felt this sadness. I was always on the verge of tears. God, I'm not happy with the way I should be happy. I have my baby but I just wasn't happy. And I just decided, I did the typical, you guys, the New Year's resolution. It was a New Year's resolution. And they say they don't work. Mine worked. And look at me. It's 26 years. Dang. 26 years later, 25 years later. At 25 years, Tyler was 1 already. Yeah. And I thought, this is not, no, I don't want to be this. This is not what I want to be. Yeah. I'm not happy.
And I think this story you're telling, I think a lot of the mothers are going to resonate that, yes, they're happy to be a mother, but within, are you truly happy within?
It wasn't until I felt happy with myself that I became a better mother.
See what I'm saying? Why?
I just became more confident in everything. Like you said, when you're doing good in one area, it resonates in multiple areas. Suddenly, I'm more productive. My house was cleaner. I had a good routine. I was happier to play with my child. I put on a bathing suit. I took him to swim lessons.
You had the energy.
Like swim lessons? Are you kidding me? Swim lessons with the way I was feeling a year prior? Hell no.
How do you think your energy levels were compared to that old Jeanine to the new version?
Yeah, just everything changed. And so that's why, I can share some of that and relate to our younger following, because I've been there. And I haven't been there so long ago that I don't remember. I am very empathetic to what it was like to be a new mom. A working mom, a new mom, and then bring in another child and have a second baby, working full time and trying to juggle all the things. And I know that it can be challenging.
But your second child, you were already disciplined, so you stayed on your game the whole time.
I did. It was a totally different experience. I'm like, no, I want to have a pregnancy that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to be cute, wearing the cute pregnancy overalls, not the stretchy pants and the oh gosh,
the 4X sweater.
Yeah, it was bad. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. Appreciate it. Hold my coffee.
Uh-oh.
You know what? Everyone behaved themselves very well these last few days, so I don't have much in terms of holding my coffee. For those of you who don't know, Hold My Coffee is a segment for the annoying comment of the week. And this one goes out to Intangible 0062. They were commenting on the part of the podcast where I said, don't give unsolicited opinions to people that you don't know on the internet, because they don't want your unsolicited opinion if they're not asking for it.
Exactly.
the comment says, or you can say whatever you want to whoever you want, and it's their responsibility to learn how to take criticism or deal with assholes. And I just replied, or you can get a life.
Yeah, how about you stop trolling people?
How about you stop trolling people and get a life?
Leave people alone. Just trying to start internet beefs.
And speaking of coffee, now that I'm holding my own coffee, I did get a coffee today, by the way, espresso.
Yes, you did.
Hot coffee topic. Cheers, by the way, and we didn't cheers. Cheers to the listeners if you got your coffee.
Yes.
Hot coffee topic is just as we suspected. Carlee Russell, we talked about it last episode, that where there's smoke, there's fire. It seemed a little off.
Yes.
She has come out and said it was completely fabricated. Her boyfriend didn't know. No one knew. She hasn't explained why.
Wow.
And no charges have been filed yet. But she admits that there was absolutely no kidnapping and apologizes through her lawyer, a statement given by her lawyer. So she probably got pretty scared that she was about to get in some trouble.
She should. You just wasted time, law enforcement.
Yeah. Do you remember that story a while?
That stuff costs money to go look for people. Law enforcement, they're not free. They're on the clock. Somebody's got to pay for it. The city has to pay these guys to go look for you, and the taxpayers have to pay for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that story a few years back where the mom, it was actually, I think it was local. It was in the Bay Area, but she went jogging on Thanksgiving morning, and then she never came home, and they reported her as missing. There was this manhunt or whatever.
Was that across the Golden Gate on that side, Marin somewhere?
Yes, Marin.
I remember that story. It was weird.
She ended up getting sentenced to do some time, but she was spending time in a motel with an ex-boyfriend or something.
So it was all a hoax?
It was all a hoax.
Wow.
Like, she came back and pretended she had been kidnapped. There was this whole story, this whole thing. She was tortured.
She was a married woman?
But yes, married with kids. Yeah. You guys, let the law enforcement, it's hard enough to get them to be available when we need them. But if you're concocting BS, yes, you deserve to be charged with that crime. That is a crime. Prison. Absolutely. In other news, I thought this was interesting, so I wanted to share it. Just in case you guys don't know, if you've been hiding under a rock, starting in 2024, you need a visa to travel to Europe. We are no longer, United States is no longer exempt from needing a visa to go to Europe. So you have to actually apply. If you have a trip, you have to apply, get approval, or you will be turned away at the airport.
Wow. And
you will get one. I think it's pretty easy to get one. And it's supposed to make it faster through customs and all of that if you have a visa. Oh,
because you're pre-approved already. Yeah,
but you cannot get in. Before, we don't need a visa to go to Europe.
We never needed a visa to go anywhere.
Yeah, but for now, we need one to go to Europe. Wow. Yeah, U.S. is exempt from needing visas to go to a lot of countries.
That's going to affect their tourism rate from the U.S.
I think a lot of people aren't going to pay attention and not realize it and get there and get turned away. But it doesn't go into effect till 2024. And it's a quick thing. You go online, you get it. But you got to give yourself some time because sometimes it takes up to 30 days for the approval. Wow. Anyways, not that I'm going to Europe anytime soon, but someday, maybe I'm hoping right around my 50th, we can make a trip to Europe.
So Greece,
I want to go to Greece. That's where I want to go.
We need a visa to go to Greece then.
Yeah, we will need a visa, but I don't think it's difficult to get. It's just that you got to get one.
I think it's only $7 too. People were complaining about
the price.
Yeah,
it was cheap. No, it's cheap.
It's not making it hard.
It's not that. It's not about the cost, and it's just making sure you know so that you can get it.
Yeah. So pass it on to everybody you guys know in case you plan on traveling to Europe.
All right, so moving on. I wanted to give you guys an update. It has now been, actually Saturday will be 5 weeks that I have given up chips and donuts. I think you guys remember, if you go back a few episodes, I knew that they were getting a hold of me, the chips and the donuts, and I decided 30 days, no chips and donuts. I accomplished that. I'm past that. It'll be like, I don't know, it'll be a month, 5 weeks of no chips and donuts. And I'm proud of myself because I was tempting myself every week with chips on the table, and I never touched them.
Yeah, me too. I'm lying. I've maybe had a couple in the last 5 weeks, here and there. Very little though.
Yeah, but not more than a serving.
Not even a serving. Just a couple. Okay, I got a couple. I'm good.
Yeah, and the other thing that inadvertently happened at that same time was I gave up alcohol. I haven't drank since then as well. So that last time I drank was that Sunday, and it'll be 5 weeks this Sunday that I have not had a sip of alcohol. And you know what's interesting? It made me realize some things, okay? The better you feel and the healthier of a lifestyle you live, the more sensitive you are to the things that make you not feel good.
True.
You become very hypersensitive to anything that doesn't make you feel good, and it makes it a little easier to not have that thing. But sometimes it takes you stopping something to realize the impact that it had.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't intending to stop drinking. That wasn't one of my things I was giving up. I just did. And I did realize something. I realized that I was doing something that was not helping my whole mood and my whole life. And over the past couple of months, I was struggling with a low mood, menopausal stuff and stuff with my dad and just life in general. I was having moments of a low mood, and I thought I need to solve this. And part of it is some additional supplementation I've been taking, magnesium, things like that. But then I really boiled it down to I work so hard during the week and I'm so busy. And then I would finally get to Saturday where I would go to Orange Theory. It was a tradition. I'd work out. And then we got into this routine of having margaritas after class, which was fine and enjoyable. But what would happen after that is I would come home and the rest of the day would be shot. I would just want to do nothing. I think I would even say to you, I want to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the couch and I want to do absolutely nothing. That was like a come down from the alcohol.
Wow.
Because what I've noticed is I'm still doing the Orange Theory and I'm still having that fun conversational time and it's a great time, but I'm not having the alcohol and I'm coming home and I'm feeling we left the house. We were doing things, productive, doing stuff around the house and having a much better day and a much better weekend.
We've been doing our grocery shopping for the week on Saturdays too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That way Sunday, a lot of times you have to work a little bit on Sundays, edit the podcast, whatnot, and you can relax a little more.
Yeah.
We don't have to be so good. We don't have to always go.
Yeah, but I feel the energy and the desire to do that because I'm not coming off of the alcohol.
Yes, of course.
So it's
You're
like
right.
It made me think about what is it specifically that alcohol does to you that makes you feel that way after the fact or make you feel not good. You don't sleep good that night. You feel the jitters or your heart palpitations.
Yes.
You just never sleep good.
No.
Because although alcohol is a depressant, if people don't realize that, they think it's a stimulant.
Yes, they think it's an upper. I'm all happy, but no.
Because it does both though. So it's a depressant, but it throws our bodies out of homeostasis. Our bodies are always trying to be balanced. So if you drink alcohol and it's a depressant, our body then reacts and pumps us full of adrenaline and cortisol.
Wow. That I didn't know.
To bring us back to homeostasis. So that adrenaline and cortisol is what all of a sudden gives us that burst of energy.
Yes.
And all of that. But it also is very anxiety producing.
Yes, true. You're right about that.
And think about this. If you're doing that consecutively, you're just consecutively overloading your body with adrenaline and cortisol when you're not supposed to have it. When you're trying to sleep, you don't want to have cortisol and adrenaline.
No.
If you go out for drinks at night, you are not going to have a good night's sleep.
Yeah, you won't. You're right.
And then what does cortisol do? Cortisol makes you have cravings for sugar and
all the bad stuff.
All of the bad things. The cortisol when you're not supposed to have the cortisol. You're not supposed to have this steady flow of cortisol. And the leftover cortisol in your system the next day, that buildup, that is what leaves you being anxious all day.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's the cortisol.
That makes sense.
It also makes you want to eat junk food.
You know what I think about? I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't been hungover in, I think, years. It's been a long time since I took it there. But I do know this. I know the next day I want like pizza, donuts, McDonald's. Like those are my top 3 things. That's it. I'm not thinking about chicken breast.
That's the cortisol. Isn't that interesting?
Or broccoli. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. I think a lot of people do this several times a week.
Yeah.
Just drink.
So think about the people
and eat like crap the whole day.
That drink because they're stressed. You're already stressed. Your cortisol levels are already high.
Exactly.
Now your body's going to pump in more adrenaline,
Yep.
more cortisol. You know what adrenaline is? Adrenaline is what kicks in during the fight or flight when you're having a panic attack.
Yep.
When you're not supposed to have adrenaline, you don't want it. It's an excellent hormone when you need it, when you want it. But there's nothing worse than having adrenaline pump through your veins when you're trying to relax on the couch. It's going to give you anxiety and the heart palpitations, and you're going to feel uneasy, and you don't know why.
A lot of people don't know that.
And all of that that's just that aspect of it. Alcohol also then impacts your liver
Yes.
and your energy production
Yep.
and all of that. That's a totally even different topic. And look, I'm not saying I'm never going to drink again, but I inadvertently fell upon this. I fell upon this by just not drinking and then realizing, wait a minute, why have I had an amazing last couple Saturdays have been amazing. I'm organizing the house. I'm
Yes.
like, let's go to Santana Row. Let's walk around.
Let's go to, what's that Container Store?
Yeah, let's get ice cream. Like, I'm just in a better mood.
That's
and
true.
I was like,
You're right.
uh-oh. Okay.
You found the source.
Yep, I found a part of the problem.
Yes.
And not to say that I'm never going to drink again, but I don't know. I just don't feel like the benefits outweigh the the risk and reward, it's not matching up. I will enjoy a big delicious Diet Coke
Yes.
with no repercussions.
And I've been thinking, do I want to have a drink tomorrow at dinner or not?
No, I don't think I'm going to have one because I have Orange Theory Saturday morning and I don't want to have that feeling. But you know what I am going to have, because we're going to go to Mastro's, by the way, you guys, to celebrate our anniversary. Going to have the butter cake.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to have the butter cake?
Yes,
Will
we
we
are.
share the butter cake?
I won't eat it all, but I'll have some.
No, we will have some. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. And anyways, so that's, just think about it. I think it's important to really stop and think, just like we said last episode, find solutions to your problems. I was having some problems, and instead of dwelling on my problems, I started to slowly, it was like peeling the layers of an onion. I started to find solutions to those problems. I'm still working on those things. I'm still having bladder problems. I'm still having bladder leaking. But I'm working on it. I'm not just complaining about it. I'm trying different things and we're working on things. But my mood, I've changed some supplementation around. I'm supplementing with some vitamin D, some magnesium glycinate. I'm still taking the berberine. Things are going in the right direction. I'm feeling better on the weekends. My moods are better. I've definitely shed some body fat over the past 6 weeks.
And that also makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Knowing that you have the power to do that again. You even told me this. I could do better.
Yeah. Oh, because I'm not done. I talked about it last episode. Remember I said when I'm lean the way I like to be, that tight, lean, muscular feeling, I have a bicep vein that shows. Even when I'm just like posing, my bicep vein will show. I'm sorry, I'm weird that way, but I'm going for the bicep vein. That's what I'm going for. And I found a picture.
I see.
And I'm going to put it up. That's what I'm talking about. I'll put it up on the YouTube screen.
Damn.
That's the bicep vein. So that's how I know. I don't care what the scale says. I care about if I'm lean enough for the bicep vein to show, it means that I've shed significant amount of body fat, which that's what matters to me.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to tell you something about the scale with men, especially men who come from that old school bro bodybuilder or big muscles, whatever you want to call it. They're always so worried about going under a certain weight. In their mind, they have this thing like, I shouldn't be under this weight. But dude, you still have fat covering your body. You got to go down more.
Yeah.
You're not understanding.
That's not just
You're not
men.
seeing what's underneath. But they're hung on this number. Like me, I always said, oh, I'll be happy with 180. Well, here I am. I still got more body fat to go down. I want to take it to a level I've never taken it to before. I want to see what I can accomplish. I'm up for the challenge.
Me too. And that's okay. Yeah. And I do challenge you though, just to think of the scale as a data point, but don't fixate on the scale.
No.
Because there's so much other stuff going on. And it actually had someone ask about reverse dieting on one of my posts. And I thought, yeah, let's touch on reverse dieting a little bit. Because there's a lot of misinformation around reverse dieting and why you should reverse diet. What a reverse diet is, in a sense, is once you are done cutting, meaning you are done with your phase of losing body fat for now or permanently, whatever, you want to now up your calorie intake to now maintain. You don't want to continue to drop. You're trying to maintain your current physique. And a lot of times what happens is if someone says, okay, like I'm happy with my body, so now I'm just going to add 500 calories because I was in about a 500 calorie daily deficit and go back to maintenance. And they shoot it back up.
Yeah.
And then they panic because the scale moves.
Yep.
Okay. But I want to explain what's happening with a reverse diet. A lot of times people say, and I probably have said this before, is that, oh, your body gets shocked and you'll gain a bunch of weight because it'll store all that those extra 500 calories as body fat because it's used to this new number. That's not really what's happening.
Some more bro science?
Yeah, it's not really what's happening.
Busting.
It sure does feel like it, though.
Yeah.
So I want to explain what's actually happening if you just try to jump. If you've gone through like a 4-month cutting phase where you've shed, let's say 15 pounds off your body.
Yeah.
And now you want to go back to maintenance. Guess what? We don't know what your maintenance is anymore. And that's the problem.
Oh, so they have this assumption where they used to be. They think they used to be, which they probably were way even higher. And they go, I'm just going to go back to where I used to be and I should better, my body's going to stay there. No. Yeah, you're right.
It's not. And even if you think, I know that I put myself in a certain deficit, so I'm just going to add those deficit calories back. But your body has changed. Your body composition, your fat on your body. You are a smaller vessel now. Your BMR is lower.
That's true. They don't think
Are you going to stop doing cardio? Like your whole equation changes. You can't just simply add 500 calories and voila, you're in maintenance and your weight's going to stay exactly the same. So it's not that your body is in shock. It's still science. It's still numbers. It's just that multiple numbers have changed. So it's a new equation to figure out.
Yes.
And it takes some time. Now, the other thing you want to think about is you are not going to be able to lock in a number on the scale. Get that out of your head.
No.
If you go through a cutting phase and you've shed 15 pounds, maybe before you started, you were 135 pounds. And now you are 120 and you are happy with where you're at. You're like, yes, I'm going to put a stake in the ground, 120. Let's maintain. You're not going to stay 120. Some days you're going to be 121. Some days you're going to be 119. Some days you're going to be 122. You have a new range. I want you to get used to that in your head.
The water fluctuates throughout your body.
You've established a new range. Before, when you were 135, I guarantee you weren't 135 every day. You were 136 and 134 and 135. Yeah. So if you want to stay at your new body composition, just get comfortable with a new range. You're going to have, say, a 4-pound range up or down.
What do you guys fluctuate weight-wise, women compared to men? 1 to 2 pounds or 1 to 3?
In a day, like it depends. It could be because of your cycle, because of things. I would say it could be up to 4, even 5 pounds.
Depend on your cycle.
Yeah.
Us men, what do you think with us?
Even more, because you guys hold a lot of because you have a lot of muscle, a lot of glycogen.
Really?
So how much glycogen's in your muscles will determine that number on the scale. So if you have a lot of glycogen stored up, doesn't mean you have a lot of body fat. You could be ripped with an 8-pack, but you have a lot of glycogen. The scale's going to be heavier. If you go work out, use up that glycogen, wait a few hours, weigh yourself again. You're like, holy shit, I dropped 3 pounds. You just used up the glycogen in your muscles. You haven't refilled it yet.
Yes.
So
and that's why, like, fighters, all professional fighters, whether it be boxers, MMA, Muay Thai, they weigh in. You don't fight till the next day. You weigh in. Let's just say I weigh in. My weight class would be, from my height, believe it or not, at 5'9", I'm about 155 pounds. So I weigh in, make it to the scale. Yes. Next day, I'm probably at like 175, 20 pounds heavier. I've seen all my competitor friends, even you. I don't know what'd you weigh in at your day of the remember they had you guys weigh in?
110.
110. Mm-hmm. So the day of the show, how much you think you put on once you refilled your frame? Because remember we had you eating?
I think I was 114 stage weight.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, 114 stage weight. And then I maintained around, and then I put on maybe about 4 or 5 pounds, and I maintained like around 118 for forever, for a long time.
Damn, you stay lean.
Yeah.
Most don't. Most shoot 20 pounds
but
above.
So the point is you get used to a new range. Don't get fixated on a specific number. And yes, keep tabs on it though. Don't say, oh, stay off the scale. No, because that's going to keep you accountable.
Yes.
Okay, keep tabs on it.
Because if it starts going up each day, then something's...
What I think the best thing to do when you're in maintenance is weigh in every morning, at the same time every morning, and just take note of that. Most scales have apps now, and it'll chart it. And if you see a trend, things are starting to chart upward, you need to reel it back in. Yeah. And just, oh, you know what? Because in maintenance, you got to understand, you're right. If you are in maintenance, you're close to the line.
Yes.
If you mess up, puts you in a surplus.
Yes.
When you're in a cut and you mess up, you just lose less that week.
That's all.
You don't gain weight. But you're in maintenance and you're toeing the line right there.
Yes.
So yes, you have to keep tabs on it, or else that weight can creep up. And before you finally allow yourself to step on the scale, like, oh shit, 10 pounds up. No, what I recommend is give yourself a 5-pound range. And if things start creeping up, just button down a little bit. But you still have to figure out what that maintenance is. And what the whole point is reverse diet. Do you need to reverse diet? What reverse diet really means is you need to just increase calories slowly to see what your body does, to let it kind of you're going to fill back up your glycogen storage. You're going to
start with like 100 calories and see how your body does.
Yeah, 100 calories a day.
Yeah.
Or add, if you track week over week, like add in 700 calories for the week and just see how you do and chart the data and just see where you end up staying.
Yeah.
But that's why you want to add it slowly. It's not because your body's in shock and it's going to store all your body fat. It's not that. It's because you have a new body composition now. You have a smaller vessel now. There's lots of pieces to the calculation that are potentially changing. Are you going to do less cardio now?
True.
That changes the equation.
Yes.
Are you going to lift more weights? You're going to focus more on weightlifting. That changes the equation too, because you're going to hold more glycogen. If you lift more weights and you're putting more pressure on your muscles and you got more calories in, it's going to feel like the scale is pumping up a little bit, but it's more stored glycogen in your muscles. So you got to just figure out what your new sweet spot is. And it takes some time, and it takes you actually to be more diligent even than you were in your cut. It really does. And that's the biggest mistake people make. They let go of the reins when they're done cutting. When no, now this is the real work, because you want to bump up your calories. You want to eat maybe some more treats and stuff, but you're going to be towing closer to the line of a surplus.
Yep.
And if you don't watch it, you'll start putting back on body fat real fast.
Slip. I've done it. It's happened to me. I know.
I would definitely recommend starting slow. Keep track of your weight and document trends week over week. After a couple of weeks, look at, okay, this is how much calories I took in. This is what my weight did. And see if you can make an adjustment. And if you're like, oh, wow, I still lost a little bit.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I maintained overall. It's going to go up and down because weight fluctuates. But if you have data every day, then you take the average and chart the average. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So if you weigh in every day for 7 days.
Chart the average.
And then at the end of the week, add all of that up and divide it by 7 and chart that average. Then do that again for another week. Chart that average. Did it go up? Did it go down? Did it stay the same? That's really what's going to give you the data you need. Not the day-to-day. You need to chart the average. That's the best way in maintenance, in my opinion. That's why a lot of times that's when you're going to need the one-on-one accountability and coaching is during maintenance. Figuring that out. It's tough.
And you know what's pretty impressive about 2023 and all these macros and data is we have apps. We have food scales. We literally know to the T how much it is these days. We used to guess back in the days. We come close, but there's no way to compare to now. Not even close. Especially when you did it 20 plus years ago.
Exactly. There's so many tools now.
So many tools.
And not enough people pay attention to how important maintenance is, because a lot of times what can happen when you stop cutting is you fall back into some old habits.
You do. Straight
you
up.
do.
Start snacking. You start going to the pantry. Discipline starts going out the window.
Yeah.
And it happens slowly. I'm just going to eat a little more, work out extra hard tomorrow. I'm going to eat a little more snacks and work out even double.
And it happens to everybody, by the way. Everybody.
Right here. I've done it several times. I have pictures.
So it's not that you can cut one time in your life and put a stake in the ground and stay there forever. You are always going to then go back into maintenance. And then eventually in maintenance, you're going to have a series of events, holidays, back-to-back vacations, social events that are going to cause you to tip back into the surplus. But if you're monitoring yourself, you'll know like, all right, time to pull back. And you don't even have to go into a full cut. You can just make some quick little adjustments and then it comes right back off. But if you're ignoring it, and if you're lying to yourself in your denial and you're avoiding that scale, if it's staring at you every morning and you're like, nope, I've been doing bad, so I'm not going to step on it, then you're going to get to a point where it gets away from you again. And now you're in a situation where you have to full blown hit it hard again and get this weight back off and go through that process. Doing a proper reverse diet where you slowly add back in the calories, you monitor the data, you keep all those good habits, the same exact things that you did while you were cutting, should be still doing the same thing.
Same thing.
What changes after you cut? What really is the only thing that changes?
Nothing.
Your volume.
Your volume. That's it. But
Right?
I'm saying you don't have to. The thing is, like you always say, it's easier to get to the dance. Can you stay there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
That's
Because
the
it's
hard part.
exciting. Getting to the
It is.
dance is exciting.
It is the
right?
journey, and then how we did it when I did the keto, we were documenting. Remember, every week, and every week you show me differences. I couldn't see it in the naked eye, but in pictures, I'm like, wow.
But the difference is, even though you didn't always see it,
yeah,
you stayed the course and trusted the process.
and the scale didn't change. All the
No,
time.
it didn't
But
change.
my body fat changed. It was crazy to see the body transform.
You trusted the process long
Yes.
enough to where you started to see actual change, but you just believed me.
Yes.
And that's what kept you going. I'm like, nope, this is good.
Yes.
And that's the importance of having an accountability coach.
Of course.
That's because they're going to tell you, I'm not going to lie to my clients, because if they don't get results, that's not going to do me any good. I
Exactly.
need you and want you to get results.
Yes.
I don't just want your money. That's not going to
No.
do me any good.
No, I want to see results too. I want my men to level up. I don't want my men to be like, I'm in my 40s and this is just the way it is. I just got a big old beer gut and I've been married 20 years. A wife loves me for me. Why don't you get healthy for your wife? Why don't you get healthy for your kids? More, like you said, more energy. You might be a grandfather someday. You don't want to just be on the couch, low energy,
You
low
told me
mood.
something the other day. You said a lot of people, sometimes they'll say, I take my why do you take your medication? I take my medication because I need it. I don't want to die.
Yes.
And you told me something like, but how about you should say, I want to live.
Oh, what I say is there's a lot of men that say, I'll die for my family.
That's what it was.
I'll die for my kid. Woo, woo. And I truly believe it. A lot of men
I would die for
their
my
kids.
wife. Right.
But why not flip that mentality? Instead of me thinking that way, why not live? Why not live a healthier lifestyle, better lifestyle for myself? Why not do better? That way, my kids, I'm showing them, I'm teaching them. What do we say? It starts in the home. They see the parents. You know what I'm saying? Like your daughter and your son work out, they follow the lifestyle. It's just not by accident. It's because they look at us, look at you for inspiration. It starts with the parents.
Yeah. It's like setting an example.
Yes.
And not forcing it
on
anybody, but setting that example.
Yeah.
But I loved that when you said, like, instead of saying, I die for my wife, why don't you say, I want to live for my wife?
Like I have high blood pressure. I could be like, fuck it. I'm 48. What do I need to work out for? Who do I need to look good for? A lot of guys will say that. Sorry to bust you guys again. Who do I need to look good for? That's not about the looking good, man. It's about your goddamn mind. Fix this. You know what I'm saying? You fix this, the rest will follow. And you're lying to yourself if you're going to sit here and tell me you got a big old beer gut and you feel good. Nah, you're kidding yourself because I've been there.
I know.
could talk my shit because I've been there.
I
got a
know. And
question for you.
okay, go ahead.
What is a good way you could give advice to anybody about getting over the fear of the scale? What's the fear of this? It's just a digital scale. Why people are so scared? Is it they're just in denial? I feel like they think they're going to the doctor and they're getting super bad news, like their life's going to end in a week or so.
Yeah, it is. It's just because it makes you face it.
Face it. And people just don't want to face the truth.
They don't want to face it.
Yeah.
It's just it's like you don't want to face what you've done. It's really easy to put it in. I feel good. Like I feel fine. The doctor says I'm good, whatever.
Yes.
But when you step on the scale, you are facing it.
Yep.
You're like, oh my God, like last year it was 30 pounds.
That scale it doesn't care who you are, how much money, what color was nothing. It's going to tell you the truth. And the truth hurts sometimes.
Yeah. And listen, in a world where, yes, you have to be careful because there's a lot of people that do have eating disorders and things like that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to help the person with the eating disorder.
No.
That's not who I'm talking to. So when people say, oh, you shouldn't talk about scales because some people have eating disorder, I'm not talking to someone with an eating disorder shouldn't be following me because I'm not qualified to help someone with an eating disorder.
Me neither.
I'm helping someone who wants to get healthy. And yeah, they don't have an eating disorder, but they eat too much.
They eat too much.
And they don't have an eating disorder, but they're afraid of the scale because it scares the shit out of them because it's holding them accountable for eating too much.
Yep. True.
And that's the people that I'm talking to. And I can because I have been there. I have been that person.
Exactly.
You know, I'm not on my high horse.
They see you now. They see you now. Never seen the old you. So yeah, sometimes you have to remind them, put a picture of it. Look, I've been there.
So I've been there. And I know what it's like. I know I've been the dieter, the yo dieter, afraid of the scale, on the scale.
All the above.
So I can speak to it for that reason. You have been overweight and also not happy about getting on the scale at times. I did it
because we needed to know.
But the truth is, if you are needing to get somewhere, it is very helpful data point to have the scale. If it derails you, that's when I give people other options. Like if I'm coaching someone and it just is a major demotivator for them, I don't make them get on the scale. I use other tools to figure,
Pictures.
But it is something that eventually you'll love the scale if you're doing the things you know you need to do.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually you're going to love it. And eventually you're going to wish you had those pictures from when you were at your heaviest where you would take a picture of the weight. You're going to say, damn, I wish I took a picture of that.
Yes.
Don't you even feel like, dang, I wish I stepped on the scale when I was like that.
I know,
and had a picture of it.
I know.
You always wish that.
I know.
But in the moment, it's the last fucking thing you want to do.
Yes.
So that's why when my clients, sometimes they're like, I don't want to take pictures. Please don't make me. I don't want to step on the scale. I'm like, look it's okay.
Change your mindset. Yeah.
But I promise you will be happy that you have them.
Yes.
If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But think about it.
You'll be happy.
Don't look at it. Have someone else take it for you.
Yes.
Close your eyes and snap a picture. Close your eyes and snap a photo of the scale and upload that. And don't look at it if you're not ready to look at it. But I promise you, 6 months down the road, you're going to wish you had it.
Because you know why? Sorry, drink my coffee. Back to the scale. When you see that number shift and all of a sudden you're 10 pounds lighter, guess what that just did? Your motivation went up even more to go do your journey. And guess what? The picture you took a month ago and you compare it now.
Yeah.
In differences, like you said, I'm going to keep going. What you said, you started losing. You said, I'm not letting go of this. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah. It was very motivating. But trust your coach too. I feel like a lot of times people, either they'll get results and then they'll think they're not enough. Because they're saying, I saw Susie Q on the internet and she lost 20 pounds in a month. Why did I only lose 4? You don't really know what Susie Q's up to, okay? Don't worry about her.
Exactly.
Worry about yourself.
Yes.
And don't compare your results to others. And remember, it's perception. You will perceive that it's very fast. I feel like people will probably look at you and go, what the fuck? It looks like you lost all this weight overnight. You're seeing people that haven't seen you in a few weeks or whatever, like and they're tripping out on you.
Yeah.
But it's because, so perception to them is, wow, you like lost weight overnight. Put me on macros. And then they do it for 2 days and they're like, bro, why don't I look like you yet? It's been 2 days, but it looked like it was fast for you. They don't see the grind.
Nope.
They don't see the day-to-day.
Yes.
They don't see you at El Torito's looking up the most macro-friendly meal.
Exactly.
That's the truth. It's perception.
Yep.
It's perception that it's quick. The process is not quick.
No.
If somebody is selling you that it's quick, they're lying to you. They just want your money.
I see those on online coaches or programs where they say, lose 20 pounds or in 15 days or something.
Right.
I'm thinking like, come on with the scamming, you guys. Stop. Because then if you're scamming people, it makes the rest of us, people are going to be sketchy about us. Thinking we're the same way. We're not.
No.
But stay away from those people selling snake oil, you guys. You got to lose it slowly. It doesn't come off fast.
No, it does not. It doesn't.
Even pro fighters, they're 3 months out usually from their fight. You know what I'm saying? They're shedding body fat, weight, but they're giving themselves time to get to that scale.
For the prep for a bikini competition, if you are already like a fit person, so you're not overweight per se, but you have some body fat to lose, you do typically a 12-week prep. And it's pretty like strict for 12 weeks. For
already a fit person.
Yeah. And you're expected to lose about 10 pounds of body fat in 12 weeks. And that's 110%.
Yes.
Every single thing measured to the gram. Measured. No slippage. No fluctuating.
Nope.
As you get closer, you even take out anything like sweeteners and anything that can make you bloated or whatever. So that is, even for a competitor, it's still going to take 12 weeks of extreme perfection and consistency, lots of cardio. They can lose about 10 to 12 pounds of body fat in 12 weeks.
Isn't it crazy? You did that diet all the way through twice.
And let me tell you, during that time,
twice.
I must have went on 4 or 5 trips during that 12 weeks. I traveled, road trips, you name it. And I took my meals. I still was 100% adherence in order to get to where I got. And it showed.
Oh, yeah.
It was obvious.
Yes. Big time.
And you know what's interesting, though? Never did step on the scale until I got to the show. I didn't even know what I weighed until I got to the show, and they had to weigh. They weighed me.
You're like, no.
No, because my coach just wanted to look at me. He didn't need to see the scale. And I get that, because when you have that eye, like I said, I have the eye for myself. I don't really need to weigh myself at all, because I know it doesn't matter. I don't care if I step on the scale right now and it said my lowest weight ever. I would not be happy. Say it said like 112. I'd be like, that sucks, because I don't even have my bicep vein.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is 112?
I see what you're saying. So
I wouldn't
you
be happy
don't give
about
a
it.
shit about the number.
I
You're
don't.
caring about how lean you get.
I care about what I need to see on my body.
Yes.
I care about when I sit at the toilet and do I see like my little lower stomach. I know what it's supposed to look like
this little bit.
when I'm sitting. I know that's weird, but those are the things I care about. For me personally,
your vein.
It's not about the scale, because I've just gotten so far. I've gotten such an acute eye for what my body looks like at different body fat percentages, but it is a very helpful tool as a coach for working with people to have that additional data point if someone can handle the fear of stepping on it.
You can eyeball women too, huh? You're a guy to know exactly like...
I can know what their body fat percentage is, approximately how much they weigh. I look at their height.
Yeah.
And then I can usually tell.
Wow. Yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Even with me, you knew.
That comes with me eyeballs.
Yes.
I've had eyeballs on thousands of women.
Thousands. When you think about it.
Yeah, it's
like
been
you could
crazy.
fill auditorium.
Yeah.
Probably a stadium. Who knows?
So I know. Like you said, reps. With that comes experience.
Like you said last time, so I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm a master at this. You got to speak it.
It's true. I do. I feel very confident in my knowledge. And if that makes people uncomfortable, I'm sorry. I'm confident.
We spent the time educating ourselves. I was a personal trainer. I lived this life. I've been working out since I was a kid. Got pictures to prove it. I started my journey like at 15 years old.
And I learn as I go, obviously.
Always.
But my overall messaging has not changed. I actually just recently, for the heck of it, went back to listen to some old podcast episodes. So I just wanted to hear, I'm like, what was I spewing back then 3 years ago? Same
thing.
Same. I literally could play it today.
Wow.
I'm sure, obviously, you learn and grow. If you don't learn and grow and you're exactly the same as you were a few years ago, then that's a problem too, because there's lots of changes and information that's out there.
Of course.
I might have felt different at some point about reverse dieting. I thought, oh, your body will soak up all the carbs and all of that. Like, I've since changed my mindset on that. What's really happening with reverse dieting?
Yes.
But my overall message is the same. I like to see that. I'm like, okay, consistency.
Yeah.
I haven't changed much.
Exactly. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we're going to prove it to you guys.
Yeah, I just want to help. I just want to help more people. I'm just trying to position myself in a way where I can put together a program that's going to be what someone actually needs, not what they think they need.
It's always that. It's always they think they need or think they know.
What they think they need. No, this is what you actually need. And remember that what you actually need, it's the things that you don't want to do.
Exactly.
I don't want to track. You know what? Get over it. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to have food freedom and be able to eat the things you love and eventually just live a healthy lifestyle? Then get over that. Yeah. Learn to track.
You have to.
Because it changes everything. So I'm trying to attract the people to my one-on-one program that are willing to get comfortable with tracking.
Yes.
You're going to track, and I'm going to be able to see what you tracked because I'm going to have access to those diaries.
Yep.
So if you don't want to do that, then my one-on-one program is not for you. No. Same with yours.
Nope.
It requires tracking.
Yes.
And because I have some people say, oh, but you shouldn't be promoting tracking because it's not good for people with eating disorders. I'm like, someone with an eating disorder should not be buying my services. No. That's not who I'm helping.
That's more like psychological services.
Go to a therapist.
Yes.
Dieting and weight loss is the last thing that you need to be working on. You need to work on living and addressing the mental situation that's causing the eating disorder, which a lot of times has nothing to do with food at all. It has to do with child trauma and other things. And that's not my field of expertise.
Neither is it mine.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for letting us talk shit on this podcast.
Yes,
we thoroughly enjoy it. It's my favorite thing to do all week.
We do. Keep it real. We're not going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Not going to be one of those.
No, we never will.
Nope.
I will not sell out.
Hell no.
All right, you guys, thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one.
See you.